How's it going, guys? My name is AZPlow21. Going on here. So, what I'm doing in MLB 17, the show, and I'll explain it to you. Franchise where I am in control of 6 teams within the MLB, one from each division. Years already into this franchise, I had I picked teams that I did not feel, journey. Like teams that today aren't probably going to be so good. The teams that I picked are from the AL West. I chose the Mariners, and as you can see, I got them up to 17th so far within 3 years, so not too bad. From the National East, I chose the Philadelphia Phillies. They're sitting at 20th rank right now. From the NL Central, I chose the Milwaukee Brewers. I have them at 19th right now. From the NL West, I chose the Rockies, and I've gotten them up quite a bit. So they're at 9th rank right now as far as MLB goes, in a very packed NL West, I should say. The Giants, the Dodgers, and us, really doing some business in the NL West. And from the American League East, I chose the Tampa Bay Rays, and I've gotten them up to 5th. And look at that power rating, up at 2nd. Pitching also at 8th. Speed and defense to be worked on. And from the AL Central, I chose the Minnesota Twins. I did the Minnesota Twins. I did a franchise for them in MLB 13, the show. It was kind of easier to win with Twins back then because they had a couple good prospects, but this game not so much. And I am using the OSFM rosters, the most recent one that I could find anyways. And let's take you through the last couple years that I've had with these teams. As I said, I've had 4 years already. It is 4 years actually that I've had with these teams. And so if you can see the Seattle Mariners right there, nothing too big of a deal going with them. Most noteworthy thing for them, lost in the 70 record. For the Philadelphia Phillies, nothing doing. Haven't been in the postseason under my guys. That should change eventually. Milwaukee Brewers, same thing, but they've had two over 500 seasons, I should say, or one at 500 and one over 500, and that 2017 nearly making the playoffs but not being able to do so. So, the Colorado Rockies have had probably the most successful franchise out of all the 6 teams that I've chosen. Very first season, lost in the NL Wild Card, and then just this past season, losing in the National League Divisional Series. Tampa Bay Rays nearly reaching the postseason last year on the wild card, but they've been on an upturn, so they're looking pretty good as far as the Rays go. And the Twins, same thing, almost made the playoffs in their first year, despite how bad they are. And once they couldn't make the playoffs, I just immediately started selling off players, starting to rebuild. And you already seen the Mariners, so yeah, I'm gonna run you through the team, and if there's names that you don't recognize, they're probably gonna be prospects that I've drafted or acquired. And so let's start off with the Mariners. I'll start off with their lineup. So Gene Segura, the shortstop, been with the team ever since the beginning. You can take a look at his stats there if you would like to. Ben Gamel, the right fielder, young right fielder as the game starts out, and he's progressed pretty nicely, an 82 overall. Kyle Seager, very nice third baseman to have in Kyle Seager. You can see 102 RBIs last season, really good, and he's our third spot in that one for a reason. Chris Davis. Chris Davis spent a couple seasons with Oakland before I ended up getting him in free agency, and as you can see, only a $4.5 million contract, and that batting average right there, that 211, that's leaving a little bit more to be desired, but you can see he has the tools to do it, and Chris Davis is definitely a good part of this roster. A Seattle team that is looking to make the playoffs this year. Antonio Ornelas, he is a guy that I just picked up in free agency after the first year. So sometimes they will leave free agents in there who I believe are international prospects who have not yet signed with the team, so they'll just leave them in free agency. And I don't know exactly who Antonio Ornelas is in real life, or if he even is anybody in real life, but he started out at 75 overall at age 19, and he's 21 now, and he won Rookie of the Year in his first year, so he's been doing pretty well for himself ever since then. Average has been dipping down a little bit, but a lot to be seen from Antonio Ornelas. Definitely the first baseman of the future for the Seattle Mariners. Robinson Cano, 38 years of age now, and I'd imagine that once his contract expires, he'll be riding off into the sunset, and I hope he retires a little bit more sooner, because he's definitely going to be dipping down a lot quicker than you'd realize, and $22 million could definitely be spent elsewhere, as he hasn't been having the greatest of seasons. Couple of seasons with 100 RBIs. His first season under my watch, 114, but ever since then it's just been, not up to Robinson Cano standards. Mitch Haniger starts out at around around 26, 25 years old. Had a good first season, kind of just, slumped ever since then. He's our designated hitter right now. Leonis Martin, still with Seattle in this game, has been struggling, and this is most definitely going to be his last season due to some prospects who are going to be ready mid-season this year. Tyler Marlette, he can only be found in the OSFM roster because he's a prospect of the Mariners. Had his first season in 2018 and did rather well, I should say. 322, 11 homers, 44 RBIs, nice at batting average, and it hasn't really gone down too much, and definitely the starting catcher for the Mariners. Looking on the bench, Taylor Motter starts out with the Mariners, still with us. He's serviceable, plays a lot of positions, and I'm getting a call for some reason. And I will give me once. I'm going to stop this episode right here as I take this call.